Hey everybody, it's BigSmint19 Gaming, bringing you the Venture tutorial from King Kong 2005. This is the one by Peter Jackson, and this is the ship that was actually made in miniature form, and they had several full-scale sets made for. But I'm going to show you how to build this in Minecraft, because I actually made this for my full-scale, well, as close to scale as you can get in Minecraft, believe you me, version of Skull Island from the movie. And if you want to go check that out, feel free to go check me out on Twitch. I do a live stream there all the time, as often as I can, several times a week. But we're going to start with the exterior of the ship. So follow along closely. You can pause it wherever you need to, but let's jump right in. So essentially, you're going to want to you can pause the video here and basically build this on the water level. So you're going to be in the water when you're actually making this, wherever you choose to build the ship. It's going to be 53 long, and then you can figure the rest out. So once you're done that, you can actually come around. Oh, I'm actually going to I'm going to go put down the water line for you, so it actually it'll help you in the build process. So the water line will be right here, and I'm gonna go put this around the rest of the ship just so you can, it'll just help you for reference where the actual water is. So you should have this built correctly in the water like this, and then what you're gonna want to do is just go around and make a second level like I've done here. You can see the red, and it's with red terracotta. I'm just using blue terracotta for this, just because I chose to use blue terracotta for this. But for the back, it's going to be something specific. So replicate what I'm doing right here. And the back is always going to be slightly different. The front of the ship is kind of more straightforward, for lack of a better word. But those are the first two layers you're going to want to do right there. And once you're done that, we're now going to work on the levels below the water line, because they're always the biggest pain. So come out like this, just follow what I'm doing on screen. I'm sure you guys have followed many a Minecraft tutorial in the past if you're anything like me. But this is essentially going to act as the engine. I don't know what I was attempting when I first made this, but it's supposed to just look like propellers, and the middle black blocks you really won't see when you look at it from the side, because it's going to be blocked off. So it does look like propellers from the back, honestly. Now, if you have to pause this video, like I said, at any time, feel free to do so. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna crawl through the monitor and stop you from pausing this video. I understand. I pause videos all the time on tutorials, but the back section, make sure you really follow along here, because it gets kind of tricky to follow. Especially because you're trying to save space on the integral, so you're having to remove blocks as you go. But essentially, just take that all the way around. Once you're done the complicated end part, you want to take that all the way around. And then we're going to do it completely the same on the opposite side. So just go, bam, there, put that there, cross, okay. Bam, break that, bam. And then just complete the circle. So you're going to go take that all the way to the front like you did with the other side. So once you're at the front here, just pay attention, because this is really the only difference in the front. So continue that on instead of actually taking it in one, and then just match everything with what's already there above you. And how this ship actually works is, well, not how it works, but how it looks in the film is, there's only a little bit of red above the waterline if you watch the actual film. So that's what we're doing. So the bottom will be all red, and the top will basically be all black. So we're using red and black terracotta for this. So just follow. We're almost done the base here, guys. So you're going to take that, and you're going to fill in those two up there. Bam, bam. And now you can just take that right back to the front, just all the way to the front, just like I'm showing you. And once you get to the front, do the same on the other side, and then just go one in. And that's basically it, honestly, for the bottom of the ship. There's going to be one more level, I'm pretty sure, but just take that all the way down, connect it, and then we're gonna just start on the bottom, and it's just as simple. We're just gonna go in one from everything and connect it. So go in one, just all the way down. Take both of them all the way down, both sides. And then once you get to the front, you're just gonna go, you guessed it, pretty much one in. So it kind of curves in, you know what I mean? Bam. Bam. And just all the way down once more. And now that's basically, what do they call this? The keel? The bottom of the ship? And that's what you're going to look like. And just remember to line up your water level, right? Remember to have that water level there, or it will look sort of awkward. But now all you're going to do is just fill it in. Fill it all in. Just bam. So there you go. There's the whole bottom red terracotta part of the ship. So now we're going to start on the actual black terracotta part. So grab a whole inventory of this black terracotta and just follow along with what I'm doing. I'm going to do the back first because it could be, it's going to be the most like wonky part. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue that around and bam. Oh wait, there's one more block, just a sec. All right, so that's what you're going to want to have. And then you just take it all the way forward, following the exact row from below. That's it. That's it. So it's just following the same layer as you just put down in red, just follow it in black. So now you're going to go up one more. I'm going to work on the next layer of the back. Take that around. And I'm telling you what, guys, this was all made. This was completely made by me by sort of trial and error. I wasn't really like, I kind of just set out doing this and I was like, oh, I think I might build a venture today. That's a project. Okay, let's do it. You know what I mean? And it just kind of happened. I didn't really have a template I went off of, but you're going to take that around. And once you have that all around, then you're going to go up one more. So this is the third level of black. This is the third level. I know this cut might have been confusing, but it's the third level. So just follow along, count with the blocks that I put down, and we're going to do the front here. So you're going to leave 4 blocks there, and then you're going to go 3 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. Done. Now you're going to just fill that in, take it across. 1, 2, 3. Oh, bam. So there. Now that's basically the front. Now, of course, we have to add some of these slabs, but we could do that. And that's all the black terracotta we will need for the front. So now we're going to count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. On the 18th, you put a block and just, you can kind of use that as a reference point for going out, but you can sort of start going up. It doesn't have to be precise at this moment. Just work your way across and you can just put your other block down. Break the rest just to make sure it's even, you know what I mean? And then just put a bunch of blocks and make like kind of a small staircase for reference. It really doesn't have to be some like perfect at this point, you know what I mean? All the way back and just extend it by 1 like that. Now on top you actually have to take account of the numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. On the 19th, just fill that in. Like maybe a bit better than I do, but just fill that in. And leave a 2 block gap and just go all the way back and line up with that. Now you can do the same thing on the other side and just follow me along for the back right now. And the back is where it gets a little wonky, but honestly, it's not that hard to follow along, and just extend that up too. But you don't have to put the center block. It doesn't matter at this point. So now we have the whole bottom of the ship, which is looking good. Now what we can do is we can go around with I guess they're the fill blocks. So I'm pretty sure this is polished black stone? Polished black stone, is that right? A polished blackstone slab. So you can go there, put 4 there, and then put 3 here and like a peak, and do the same on the opposite side. and then do 4 more, and you're good. Now, that's the front there, you see? And this is also built on my Skull Island schematic world. That's why you're seeing like all these just random builds around. So you can put 2 more slabs right there. And that's basically the outline of the bottom of the ship. Now, you can use whatever wood you want, but I use oak planks. Take it along there right from the first block, and you can just, you can basically just fill that in, honestly. Just fill that completely in. It'll look kind of weird at this point, but just trust me. Now, we can go down and just use the slabs of the same wood or a different wood if you want. I don't know. You are the master of this build. I'm just teaching you the basics on how to build it. So I like to use sandstone here. So we're gonna go like that. And this is just a texture pack I have on. I think it's called Excalibur. So just follow along with what I'm doing. I don't really have to tell you exactly. You guys have eyes and you can see what I'm doing. So I don't really need to commentate all of this, but I will be here, basically. So you're going to take that. That's what the front of the ship's going to look like. You can fill that in with wood up to the staircase, right up to there, and then you can start making the cabin section. So this is going to be where you actually, like, walk down, and there's a door to get to the below, basically to get below deck. So now you want to take some sandstone and just go back like this. Some of these blocks will have to be removed later on, just keep in mind, but as for now, they're good enough for a tutorial section, but you'll see them removed later on, so don't worry about that. So you're going to break that, actually. Break that one. So now you can come down, place some wood like that, and it's just really dark down there. There's going to be bats that spawn. Don't worry about it for now. We can worry about it a bit later. But now you can take this wood and you can go all the way across and you can fill this section in and just take it down. So once that's filled in, that's what you should be left with. And I know you're going to have to pause this tutorial at some point just to catch up, and I'm just trying to keep it as low of a runtime as possible. But then take this across, but make sure it's only 2 blocks high because you want it to feel cramped, right? So you can fill that in completely all the way back. Just ignore everything. Just take it all the way back. Just flatten it out. And this is going to be the second floor, or I guess the first floor, honestly. The first floor, main deck. Because the one under us is below deck. So we can just break those 2 and just replace those with sandstone if you want. If you don't want, it's all good. Put a slab down. And that will be where our door goes. So you can put a half slab of sandstone up there. And it should be touching your head, but you should have enough room to walk. If you don't have enough room to walk, you'll have to address that. But use a different color of wood. This is spruce, I'm almost positive. And just make some staircases. You can use some black stone walls. And we're going to make kind of it's not a bridge, but it's just a kind of a fence to kind of support players across there. And you can cap that off with a few more pieces just across like that. So it actually like holds you in and acts as railing. Not like you need it. Like it's not that big of a staircase, to be honest, but you can just put that in like that. Now, from those gaps, count down. And you're going to want to place a sandstone block right where I did, right there. And then you can do the same on the opposite side. Now, just take that around, and we're going to box that off. We're going to box it off, leave one gap from the front, like that, and maybe just... I apparently suck at building in a straight line. But there you go. Now, you have that. Now you're going to want to break some doors. So those are your 2 door spots. So you can make those actual door spots, like that. Like so. Now you can just take that across and we're going to fill this in, but I'm going to do it kind of jerky because that's how apparently I fill stuff in. I'm sure you're going to do a lot better at filling stuff in and leaving no gaps. But essentially, do the same on the other side too. Bam, bam, bam. And there you go. So now inside, we're going to put the windows, or at least the window holes. Now put a door there. And do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Window, 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 door. Now, if there's 4 blocks between that door and the next, you're going to want to put another one down, like so. So door, And it should be right about there. If you're off from that that little divot in the side of the ship, you know, where the 2 slabs are, you can always move that divot. It's not in stone, right? It was just a counting place, right? So you're going to want to make some windows here. And bam. So you're going to have 4 windows in total. Now you can cap that off. And you can just repeat on the other side. So bam. So now we're making the main cabin area. So we can go to the back and just continue it out. Do exactly what you see me do here. Bam. We're going to leave room for a door at the back. Like so. Now you can take iron bars and just completely encase the back of the ship like this. Don't worry about joining the corners, we'll do that in a second, but take it around to the right beside the window essentially. So if you look over here, I've kind of just gone past them, you know what I mean? So we're going to do the same thing over here, where we just bam, 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 and we can do it on the other side until we get a complete circle. Or not circle, but like, I guess semicircle. And you can do the same thing kind of for the front, but only go every second one, right? And we want to take that just in the middle of the doors. Do the same thing on the other side. And this will be what supports the next floor, essentially. So you can take regular sandstone, just follow that along, and just make like a half square almost. And bam. So you should be looking something like that. Now you can put a couple iron bars on top as well. And you can fill those in too. So that's what you should be looking at right now. And you could take, now you could take some regular old oak half slabs and you can start filling it in, but make sure it's on the bottom level. Okay, make sure it's on the bottom level. This level will not be able to hold any items unless you actually put another slab, but it's supposed to feel very tight. And the way I got that was to work with half slabs on opposite rotating levels. So make sure it's on the bottom like I'm doing here, but you can fill that all in. And then the next layer will be one up. So you'll be able to walk, but I'm trying to make it feel as cramped as possible, like the actual venture is, right? Like they can barely fit down a hallway. They can barely, like, there's not a lot of moving room. You get what I'm saying, right? So now, if you look, we're essentially going to want to make the wing section. I don't know if, I don't think these are actually officially the wings, but you're going to want to use smooth sandstone here. So there's a bit of different textures. So just follow what I'm doing here. And you can do the same on the opposite side. So basically, bam, bam, bam. And just put a half slab up top, actually. There you go. So it'll look like that. So now you can actually replace these back ones with smooth sandstone. So just so they have that little bit of extra texture to them, where it looks kind of smooth and then kind of not. Because I feel like the sandstone in this looks actually like planks. You know what I mean? Like it looks like those beige planks that are actually on the venture. So there we go. Looking good. And now what we can do is just break those first two and put a few more smooth ones just so there's a bit more texture like that. I know this is probably not necessary, but this is just what I did on my original. And we're going to break some of these blocks so we can get a bigger floor plan going. So just do that, but make sure there's a consistent L shape. And then we can basically just fill that in, right? Just need some oak slabs. And bam. So that's the floor plan you should be looking at right now. And from here, take it one more, and we're going to now work on the main cabin. So whenever you work on a section on a half slab, you're gonna have to break the bottom one. You know what I'm saying? Just to get that extra area in there. But you can put that in, put that all the way across like that. This will just be a little area that, honestly, on my venture, it's not holding anything. It's just a separate room, to be honest. But you can do whatever you want with this room. You can make it storage. You can make it whatever you want, right? And that's how we're going to look. Just a very basic box. And you can add some windows at the front. 3 windows like that. And you can add some at the side. Just an opening for a door if you feel so inclined. And this is how you will actually get up to the next level, which is kind of crucial, because the next level does not have any staircases. If you actually look in the film, it doesn't have any staircases. You have to get up there via ladder. Now at the back, let's actually extend it one more. Break that. Break that. And you can just fill that in. And then just put a half slab right there. This will act as kind of a bridge to the next section. But everything on this was meant to feel very cramped. And I feel like it does. So break these. You want to go 5. And then you want to go 3. And just keep it symmetrical. You can keep the middle parts because they're going to remain floors. You know what I mean? But then just load up your sandstone. And you can take that up. We're going to be adding some windows after this, but it should be fine, honestly. It's easy enough to punch them in afterwards. So do that, and then we can just bop right down. So that's what you should be looking at right now. And just punch some windows. You can also punch a door at the back too. There you go. Now, you want to take some smooth sandstone slabs and just go across like that. And make an L around the ladder. And you can also close off these doors here. So make an L around the ladder, and that's going to be, these right here are actually considered the wings of the ship. So this is actually what the captain would stand on to kind of look out. But at the same time, I know that the wings on this ship don't really come out past the side. I don't think they do, at least. I'm pretty sure when I was building this, I looked at that. But now you're going to want to put the slabs on the ceiling, like on the very top row of blocks, so it actually works and you can place items. This is what I meant by how it would rotate. So you can also fill in the back like that. So every level will feel cramped, but you'll still be able to move, right? Now you can come up here and you can start to build the main captain's cabin where they actually have the wheel. Just remove that layer right there and just put more down. It won't look weird from below. You'll notice it will be like half sandstone, half oak, but it won't be a big deal. Now leave one space in front of the ladder. That will be your door entrance. And just count down like I'm doing here. Just keep counting and just basically take it across. This back area is going to be where the smokestack will go, but we'll worry about that in a bit. So build some staircases out of preferably different color planks, like wood stairs than you use for everything else. It'll just give it that little bit of texture difference. And then you can make a staircase with fences like that. These are purely decorational. So now we're going to look at the lifeboat holder. So what you're going to do is grab some blackstone walls here, and you're just going to stack up from the edge. And now you're going to go across 4. This is going to be your actual lifeboat. And we'll detail all this later, so it will actually look way better. But I'm just doing the skeletal frame for now, and then we will do the detailing later in the video. You can do that on the other side now and just make both your lifeboats. And I'm pretty sure this boat only had 2 lifeboats. I don't know if that was enough. I don't know if that was like Titanic level stuff, or if it was like actually legit for the amount of crew members. I think it was, to be honest. So now you can take some bars and continue from the lifeboats all the way around this. And like we did on the lower level, we can connect the fences afterwards. Like so. Just come around and bop. And bop. Bop. And bop. So now there's that. But that looks a bit too boxy. Let's take it in actually. Let's do that. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, that looks way better. Okay. So you'll see the ship is coming along. So work on the captain's cabin a bit more. Do this. Keep it going. Actually, you could take out the windows now. There's 4 total in the front, so there's like 2 and then 2. And that's going to be the captain's cabin, but we have to have a roof on it, of course, which is all going to be pretty much sandstone. So you're going to take sandstone slabs, and you can go across. Just take it across like this. I like to use smooth sandstone for this, but you can honestly, I'm assuming you could use the other ones. Now you put stairs at the back. And on the corners. And then just make sure you have some sandstone in your inventory, and you can basically just fill that all in. And that'll be your roof, and the ceiling in there will be beige, but I don't think it really matters. It really does not. I don't think you're really looking up in there. So that's what it should look like. That's the whole top. But actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go replace these slabs, sorry, my bad, with sandstone. Replace them all with the sandstone stairs. The sandstone stairs, that's right. It'll just look, I don't know, it'll just look better and just, I don't know. But apparently I can't place blocks to save my life. And that's going to be the roof there. Now you can continue on with some fences around here. Like I said, this might not be completely a duplicate of what I've currently made before, but I'm making improvements as I go here, so it's going to be close enough, plus I'm making improvements. So more for accessibility rather than anything else. So continue the ladder up like that. Put another ladder. That doesn't really do anything, but it'll at least look better as an exterior greeble or decoration, you know? You can continue a fence around like this. Stop it right there, because we're gonna essentially be putting sandstone walls down right now. So put sandstone walls all the way across. This is gonna be the main bridge where you actually see Hayes run out, and he's like, when Engelhorn tells him to check the position using the stars, this is where he would go. This is where Jack and Engelhorn talked, and he's like, I want you off my ship, etc. I keep calling Carl Jack just because of Jack Black, but you can continue these up like that. 1, 2, 3, and essentially you're going to keep continuing that up, but you can also put more at the front here because we're going to need them eventually, so just keep going like that. I like how it makes pillars out of the sandstone too, so it looks like a bit more texture. So basically go up, and this is probably the most tedious part of it, placing these bars. Honestly, it's almost like placing glass panes where it's like a very thin thing that you have to touch, you know? Like you have to make sure you hit the exact middle of it. There we go. It is coming together, guys. I tell you what, look at that. Now you can continue these and just put them every second. And now we're going to work on the smokestack. So grab yourself some red terracotta and some black terracotta and a campfire. So we're going to go up 6. Continue everything up 6. You don't have to do the middle part exactly if you're doing this in survival, but you might as well, just so you have something for the campfire to rest on. And to ensure bats don't spawn in there, to be honest, because bats spawn everywhere on this thing. So you're going to want to place a campfire in the middle. Make sure it's ignited and on, so it's actually producing smoke. And just build 2 around this, and that'll be your smokestack. Done. See how easy that was? The ship is really coming along now, guys. Look at this. It's almost looking like the one beside it. So now, I don't know what these are. They're probably something from like the actual furnace room, like the engine room. So you're going to go down just black stone walls and just continue it up onto the back of the ship there. I don't really know what I was attempting with this. I just saw it in the actual film, like on the Venture, and I knew like, oh, this is something. I don't know exactly what these are, but there's something to do with the engine and steam and stuff. So essentially just place some hoppers, but don't do that though. Put a wall down and then a hopper into it. Like that. And now you're going to want to take some walls. Let me just get them here. You want to take some stone brick wall. There we go. Place those down. You just give it a little bit of extra. I think these are the only 2 stone brick walls on this thing, honestly. But that's what that's going to look like. Now you can take the back here. And you can do that. Make sure those are actual sandstone, though. Right there on the back. Actual sandstone, because you're going to continue around with smooth sandstone around it. So like this, and then 1 full block like that. And you can fence that in how you will, like so. Now we can actually start one of the cranes for the ship. So these are actually like loading cranes to actually get materials around the ship, like from the dock to the ship, etc. So that's how you're going to start that. I think that's honestly just a pillar, that one that we just made. This one's going to be a loading crane. Sorry, my bad. So this is actually how stuff would be picked up off the dock when you actually need like materials like bags of food and like wood and stuff like that. You would load up the stuff from the dock with one of these cranes, and the Venture comes with 2. The main one is at the front and the other one is at the back, which we're currently working on now. And one of the hardest things to do in Minecraft is make a diagonal, as you guys know. But essentially, we're just going to keep going. Make that diagonal. And there we go. We're going to put more detail on these later, but just go off of that, move back to the bridge, and we're going to complete the top with fences here, or iron bars rather, and just take them across like that as well. So we're going to basically do a bunch of small squares like that, but you can also take it across like that. Now you can come to the front. We're going to work on the other loading crane. This is the main loading crane that you see in the film. And I'm pretty sure it's just following the same principle as the last one. It's just slightly bigger that we just made at the back. So just keep taking it around like that. Go up, 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 up. The only difference with this one, though, is that it does have a crow's nest on it. It does. So this is the one where actually Jimmy would be when he sees the wall, where he's like, whoa, there's a wall ahead. This is where he would actually be stationed. Now, this has had to be scaled down, of course. There's not going to be there's no way to do what was seen in the film in Minecraft. Like the crow's nest is very small. It's like barely big enough to sit in. Like, you know what I mean? The pillars to get, or sorry, the ladder to get up there, it's not like a regular ladder that would fit across a full block in Minecraft. It's like a peg ladder, you know, like climb telephone poles and stuff. How it's like just like ladder pieces coming out from the edges. It's like that. So there's no way to do that in Minecraft. Trust me, I would have done it. But essentially, This is just what this is. This is a canopy cover for the cargo bay. So this is actually just a big sheet or like a piece of canvas almost. So it's basically weatherproofing to prevent water from getting in the ship. That's all this is. But just take that and complete it. And then we're going to move on to the interior. The interior, that's right. So we're almost done. We just got to do the interior. Everything on the exterior is done. So what we're going to do is we can start with the captain's cabin. Just go here. We're going to put some doors down. And always put pressure plates. Always put pressure plates. I always put pressure plates because I hate closing doors behind me. And please make sure they're the same color as whatever wood you use, because there's nothing worse than having a pressure plate that looks different. So right here is where the wheel's going to be. Really no good way to make a wheel in Minecraft. So we're putting a lectern. Now we're going to put 2 grindstones on either side to act as the engine controls that communicate with the engine room. Or it's like full ahead, all stop, all ahead. You know what I mean? Now you're going to make a wall, and this will be the map room. Because if you look in the actual Venture, there's a map room at the back where they actually communicate. They have the radio, they have everything, right? So that's back here. We can put a lantern back here too, just for light. Now we want to get some chests, crafting tables, etc. And we're gonna just place them down. So we got a crafting table there. We got a chest. We got a cartography table for the map room, right? So basically just keeping everything there. Put a chest down if you want, and everything looks good. That's basically the captain's cabin. We just got to put a few glass panes in, and there we go. That's the captain's cabin done. When I say captain's cabin, I mean ship's control. I don't necessarily mean the place where Englehorn takes a nap. But on this level, this is what I was talking about. So fill in the windows, but if you want to put any detail on this level, you're going to have to put another half slab below whatever detail you want to put. Because it is, you're able to walk, but it's still, you're not able to put stuff. But here you can put a ladder down. If I can get one in my inventory. And this will allow access to the top level. I get, you want to have access to everything, but there's not really usable areas up there. So if you put ladders down, you can go up. You just have to jump first. And now if you want to have this so you can go around, just break some of these iron bars and just expand them out the other way. You know what I mean? So just take some iron bars in your inventory and, if that will work, there we go. And now just put them right there. And now you can actually walk around. So it's actually a place you can go, and you can put some barrels up here. You can put some crates or jugs or whatever you want, like those potteries. Back here, you could also put chests and stuff, but I'll show you what I mean about how it's going to be like one level up. See how there's like a half block underneath? So you can do that, but you're also going to need to put a block under it so it looks good. You know what I mean? Which is doable. It's just, you got to put a block underneath. Oh, fill in these windows too while you're at it, while you're back here. Bam. And bam. So that's good. Now I believe that is the middle level. Oh, we gotta fix the lifeboats here. They have to have their weatherproof canvas on them, which is white in the film. So we're gonna do white here and just put it on top. And honestly, it looks enough like a lifeboat, honestly. So that's looking good. Everything's looking good. That main level's done. The upper level's done. And basically there we can't put a door. I wish we could, but we can't just because that half slab difference. So we can go down to the back here. And we can start putting doors on this main level. Same thing with the pressure plates. And again, I'm just decorating this as I did and kind of just going off of like inspiration from the other ship, which is right beside us, and you've seen in previous videos. And I'm also kind of doing new stuff to kind of make this a 2.0 venture. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm going to scale this up, but I'm going to definitely do some decorating differences on the one that I'm working on for my newest build, the King Kong Skull Island 2.0, which is a 1:3 scale, which for reference, just how big this island is, the original map that you guys have all in your Minecraft libraries, I hope, which is Skull Island 1.0, is one full scale zoomed in map of Minecraft. The current island I am working on is 35 Minecraft maps. And that just shows you how big the scale difference is. So I'm just doing some decorating here. You can put some chains down, and this will act as like kind of a loading platform. And try and keep them all the same way. It really doesn't matter. Like, I'm having some that aren't here, you know what I mean? Like, some aren't going to be the same way, but others are, and it'll be fine. It's basically just like a makeshift, messy, like, the Venture isn't really like your 5-star cruise liner, you know what I mean? But you can put some levers down to kind of act as if they're holding the chain, like that. Not the best, but it gives the idea. Now you can go to the back crane. I'm assuming what this crane is to lift the food specifically to the kitchen area. I'm assuming that's what this crane is for, because the other one, it would lower cargo directly into the cargo bay. So around the back of the ship, you can use your own judgment, as you can for everything in this tutorial, right? Like, I'm assuming what people will do is they'll just kind of use this for the skeleton and then just do their own decorating after that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but at the back, you can use a combination of barrels, chests. You can use jugs if you want the pieces of pottery, and just make it kind of messy, right? Because you've seen the back of the ship where when they hit the wall in the extended edition, Lumpy was back here peeling potatoes. I think that was a tribute to the 1933 version. But essentially, you can just kind of do messy detail back here just to kind of maybe stack a couple barrels too. That always helps it look a bit messier. Like that, you know what I mean? That just looks a lot better. So then put some lanterns up here, because Jimmy would have had some lanterns, or at least one lantern. And now you can go to the front and put some lanterns. I already put some, but I think they're positioned wrong, so let's redo that. Have them hanging if you can, actually. Have them hanging. These ships are looking similar, guys. Now put some in the middle here. We're not going to have like just 3 lanterns everywhere, but just like put 2 in the middle, and then there you go. It would of course be like not symmetrical on a ship like this, but I don't know, just make it symmetrical for Minecraft OCD purposes. But you can start making the interior here, and I'm assuming this is where the crew would eat, if not just below deck. Make sure to leave one spot there when you make this wall separate. Make sure to leave one space though for the separator wall, just so you can have a door there. You don't need a pressure plate, but you could have one, you know what I mean? So you can come through here, and this is kind of going to be like separate cabins, right? So here you can make like a table or something, right? You can use your own judgment for this decorating stuff. I'm sure you guys have better interior decorating minds than I do. But essentially, like, you can just put like flower pots, lanterns, etc. Like you'll know where you need something, right? The only thing I would recommend here is actually putting a staircase in. So I would use regular oak or whatever you use for the actual ship. So use oak stairs, but you can also leave room for a closet here if you do this right. So stack this like not like that. Just okay. So put stairs across like that, and just kind of break up top. Now you have access to the next floor, and you'll have a spot for a door there, but not an actual door, just a door opening. So you can also like start to put stuff up here, like maybe a room or something, but you don't need to. So in there, you can actually put a closet, right? And if I can actually figure out how to do this, so oh wait, we gotta have the hinges on the other side though. Hinges on what? Other side. No. Oh my. Other. No. Oh god damn it. Okay, that worked. Okay. So basically go inside and open it so that, and oh yeah, because then you're gonna have to put like a chest or something in there. So yeah, make sure you go on the outside, lol. So take this, and you can build a table here. That's the only thing I would recommend building in here. You can build way more stuff. I would just recommend a table for sure. And do that. And now you, actually wait. You may have to break some of these to actually get the chairs in place. Yeah, break these, put the chairs in first, because you want it very compact and tight, so just do that. Bam. Now you can put the actual table back. And you want to leave it one long so you can actually put some chairs on the end too, like that. And it'll be tight, but that's what the Venture is, right? It's a steamship, right? And back here you can put like tables or whatever you want. Really, whatever you really see fit, but just make sure you have adequate lighting around here. And one of the worst things for this ship, I don't know why, I don't know the mechanics of bats, but bats spawn everywhere on this ship if it's not lit up. For some reason, just absolutely everywhere. And it's kind of just like, why? But anyway, like, okay. And then up here, you can basically just put like lecterns or whatever you see fit, right? Honestly. You could also add a carpet too. I like to use kind of muted colors. This texture pack does a really good job helping me out with that, but I would go red and yellow or something, just something very, like, even those look like low saturation, right? You could also make some tables out of, trapdoors like I'm doing here. Just make sure they're not near a pressure plate or that could just lead to more troubles, right? So you could do stuff like that, add some flowers to it, right? But now let's move on below deck. So this is kind of where things get a little tricky. So just follow along with what I'm doing here, and you're going to leave room for doors because these are each going to be rooms, your estate rooms. So continue that along like that, that along like that. And essentially you want to just divide up the rooms so there's as many rooms as possible. I think I'm leaving enough room for 2 here, and then I think 2 more down below, or not down below from here, but like down the hall further. I just put light in there, but you really don't have to at this point. But yeah, so essentially what we're going to do is just like, you can just close those off like this, and those will be complete rooms like that. And these ones will actually be able to hold a door because we're actually below deck. So you can actually take that wall off like that. So it's more symmetrical, and it just looks like wood walls everywhere. I would recommend doing the back wall, but it also takes off space. It's just fine to leave it black. Fill these all in with doors like that. You don't need pressure plates or it'll just cause mayhem walking down this hallway. So yeah, essentially just work your way forward, and we're going to make those tight hallways that you see in the film, but leave a 2 gap, because what we're going to want to do is take a wood path all the way on this wall. I know it's going to like take off a lot of space from below deck, but at the same time it will look more accurate to the film. You get what I'm saying? Or there's like wood walls, or like you go underground or on like below deck, and there's not like black walls in the rooms, they're all wood. If you go down to the cargo area, like steerage and stuff, then yes, there are black walls, and it looks very grungy, and they like have like animal feces and such. But essentially, like, just make it look neat in here-ish. So just follow what I'm doing here. Just put the door openings where I'm putting the door openings. This is mainly just going to be storage for, it's going to be like closets. It's not going to be rooms. It's going to be closets, more or less. But I suppose if you want, there's probably a builder out there that could put rooms in here if they really wanted to. But the main thing is you want to have adequate room at the back to go down. You want to be able to go down to the next floor, which is going to be the storage and the furnace or engine room rather. So here you want to put a lantern down because you don't want it getting dark anywhere, right? You could put stuff on either side, but anyway, you want to just fill this in and fill that in. Just basically fill everything in at this point. And we'll go through afterwards and worry about the actually like cordoning off the rooms like we're doing here, right? So just go through. You can just pick a wall you want that one on, right? That's probably fine. Now we got to divide up the rooms, right? So what you're going to want to do is basically just close that off. And okay, let's go in the middle, close that off. Now that's too small to be a room. So just put a lantern kind of on each side just for light at this point, and then just close it off like that. So that will be 2 closets, right? 2 closets, same thing here. But actually like you can use your own judgment, right? Like I'm not telling anyone how to do this, right? So just lanterns, cordon that off, and you can even just take off the last block there, so it's just completely symmetrical. So it's like 3 and 3, and bam, like that, right? So now we got 2 closets, I guess 4 closets. So now we're at the back of the ship, so if we want to take it down, so this is where we're going to make our staircase. So look how dark that is. But look how much space we're actually getting. Like, look how much use we're getting out of the space. Like, this is great. Like, we're being so efficient with our space, right, guys? So going through here, you'll see all the bats. Just kind of ignore them. They love to hang up right... Oh, oops. They love to hang up in this 1x1 space. You see all them? Like, right there in that 1x1 space. So you want to fill that in for sure. I'm not going to do too much more tutorial on this just because like below deck is, I'll show you my below deck, but basically it's a lot of just kind of given like trial and error, right? You know what I mean? Like I made cages. I don't have any way I made the cages. I'll just show you how, like I'll show you my end game cages so you can have an idea of like what to do, but there's no like right or wrong on how to make this. It's the messiest part of the ship. It's seen as like cargo and like just messy, like dirty areas, right? So there's no specific tutorial on how to do that, but like you can use your own imagination, but you can also take inspiration from what I'm going to show you right after this. The only thing I would recommend is putting a, like what we're doing right now is making a platform, right? Like a wooden platform to lead to that area. So this could be like an extra area for, I don't know, like a sitting place for the crew of the ship, right? Like meet on the 3rd level down or something, right? And as always, you just want to have like light around here, right? Like just put light everywhere. You might have to kill all the bats once everything is said and done because you just don't want bats flying around. Here's just an idea of how you can decorate the bedrooms. Okay, just something like very like just a bed, bookshelf, etc., right? Here's how you can decorate the back, just buckets. This is just shulker boxes because we did a survival thing. But anyway, you can do like something for the furnace room like this where it looks like actual coal blocks, right? Where you can actually stoke it, or you can use like magma, like, or a furnace even, like a blast furnace. So you can make your own furnace room, right? Like you can use your own ideas on how to do that, right? You have an adequate amount of space down here, right? So this is all just going to be just kind of up to you guys, right? This next section is just more storage, right? Just stuff we could possibly need in Minecraft. And this is where Jack was kept, right? Like, just with cages and just dirty areas and everything, right? So looking at that, we have this whole area, which is really nice, right? You can use different materials for the floor. And this could also be a secret room up here. But yeah, essentially that's gonna be this tutorial, guys. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient. My God, it's been a while. But yeah, feel free to follow me on my socials. I'll leave a link. There's always links online for my socials. Also, feel free to check out the live stream where you'll see the newest version of King Kong, the map and the mod, Something Monstrous, actually being made in real time in front of all of you, with you all in chat. That's right. So go check out the live stream on Twitch. Go check out my socials. And until next time, like, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for the continued support.